Y'all know, I never thought I'd make a video. Um, so wait a minute. First of all, let me not be disrespectful. Welcome to my house. Um, Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. I know it's been a minute, but I want to welcome you. Okay, and y'all. Let me tell you something. I done got to the point where I hate for somebody to lie to me, piss on me, and tell me it's raining. You know what I'm saying? And so we have a situation here where this man, the man that had Unc working for him at Tendenism, and who got upset because somebody came to bring him basically a $5,000 tip, and just like true to slave master form, he didn't want the guy to have it. He was jealous and he felt he should have it. And so he decided to tell the guy, Keith, that Mr. Tendenism was busy and he couldn't accept this $5,000 tip. I want y'all to hear me real good, because this is the story of, this is the mentality of some white people here in America. Not all of them, of course, but some. A good majority of them, collectively. So now they don't mind you working for them. They don't mind you bringing them business and doing, but you can't never have what you discovered. You can never be an equal partner. Now this is how crazy it is. I should be able to abuse you and use you, and you still be my boy or my girl. Okay? Mr. Tendenism is a perfect example of that. Okay? Tendenism is doing well now. He ain't look back at these crazy folks. And now, dude, the white man is talking about the meat ain't supposed to fall off the bone. See, this is what gets me about white people. See, they really think that we're stupid. Okay, this is the worst part, y'all. So y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta step it up and call them out every time they insult you. Every time they put you in a position where they think that they teaching you something when really you invented it. You gonna have to call them out collectively. Okay? They think they made everything and that the world is the way it is because of their contribution, while dismissing and just misrepresenting the contributions of us. Okay? So every chance you get, you have to expose them. Whether it's that we built the refrigerator, the stoplight, the first pacemaker, everything that these white folks use, we pretty much made. Or they might have made an accessory here and there. But it only makes sense. We was working the cotton gin. We was working too hard. So we were figuring out a way to make our workload easier. And guess what? Y'all stole all the patents, took all the credit, and our generational wealth. And you thought you was gonna be smooth like that for the rest of our lives, and we was never gonna catch on, or we was never gonna come back and claim what you took. And the worst part about it is, most do not want to be responsible for all that thievery and murder in the name of growing a nation. Well, it's time for you to be responsible and pay back the debt that you owe to black people in America. I don't want to hear what the Ghanaians are saying about. I mean, that's good and fine. We didn't need nobody to tell you what the dynamics and what happened because of the Atlantic slave trade. But each country has their own cross to bear. What happened in Americas should be paid by Americans. What happened in Ghana, as a matter of fact, I thought about what Yvette Carnell said. How in the hell are you to push yourself in front of reparations when you the ones that sold us? I mean, how crazy is that? Why would you even be involved? Okay, so this is a debt that we're pursuing on our own, right here in America, and and our debt owed is different than the debt owed in Jamaica or the Caribbean. So let's keep that distinction, just like y'all make a distinction when you come over here and somebody say you're black and you go no, me no black, me Dominican, me no black, same shit. So what solidified it to me though for this man at Tenderism, which really hurt me very bad, because it showed me, it didn't hurt me, but it really showed me, disappointed me, just how the faith that I want to have in humanity just ain't here yet. Okay? Check out what this guy did. Now he's trying to convince you, trying to gaslight you and tell you that the meat shouldn't fall off the bone at Tenderism. Okay? The meat ain't supposed to fall off the bone.
This will be bone. I want to make sure y'all see the clarity on it.
Now that's
Look. I told you. I said, that's tender. I said, no, it ain't. That's tender. Nearly.
All Destination Smokehouse had to do was treat Unc the right way. Now he making videos saying that his meat don't supposed to fall off the bone.
All of a sudden, the meat shouldn't fall off the bone?
You don't want it to fall off the bone. You don't really want a full pork bite of this. You want to taste something where there's more pork flavor, more integrity left in the meat. But look at that bark. Look at that shine and glisten. Let me take a bite.
I'm going to be so honest, that looks really ass. I don't know what it is, it just does not look right.
Remember, this guy had a coffee shop until Unc came in there and convinced him to let's do barbecue out this joint. And then he cooked it and brought all the patrons in there. And because this white man was so selfish and greedy, he didn't want you coming in there looking for Unc and giving him see, any righteous businessman would have been like, even if I didn't make him a partner, I would make sure he was satisfied to the point where somebody coming in and bringing him a $5,000 tip wouldn't have fazed him. Okay? Because you would have been like, you know what? This dude bring a lot of business to my store. He's a good dude. And I'm not going to make him partner, but I'm going to make sure he's taken care of. That's what a rational mind think. But a colonizing mind think, I want it all. And I want to put you in the doghouse. Okay? That's a colonizer.
And then he shows us the inside of it like that's supposed to change our mind. Look how the meat looked when Mr. Tenderism was in the building. I think at this point, Nick just needs to admit that he can't get it like that. I'm not necessarily sure what internal issues they had, but Nick let Mr. Tenderism go. Walter Johnson has literally confirmed that. So anytime this guy comes across talking about, oh, it was a mutual understanding or he wasn't let go, you're lying. And now to save face, you're making videos like this justifying why you cannot get your meat the same way it was.
Pause.
At this point, just stop.
So all of a sudden, now that Mr. Tenderism is gone, the meat's supposed to stay on the bone. It's supposed to fall off the bone. And on top of that, whatever shiny nail polish you put on top of that, it ain't supposed to look like that. That is untenderism. That is unseasoned. That wax paper you put on there, that sheen gonna look like the top of my head with some Vaseline on it. You talking about this? Boy, go somewhere.
Bro, you literally just wrestled the meat off the bone to get it, just to show us a fucking bone. Of course it's clean. You done ripped the fucking skin off. Caveman grip that shit off. I'm not gonna lie, we know exactly what you're trying to do. You're trying to compete with Mr. Tenderism because, you know, the whole fall off the bone, the tender meat, you know, you can pull off the bone and you can separate it with your hands. It's simple, it's like butter, you know what I'm saying? That shit melts in your hands, it melts in your mouth, etc., etc. They're trying to sit here and reverse what they were the ones promoting before. And they're trying to be like, oh yeah, no, actually, you don't want to be falling off the bone. You know why you don't want to be falling off the bone? Because y'all fired the motherfucker who made it fall off the bone. And now y'all trying to get us, gaslight us and convince us that we don't want that shit falling off the bone. That is not how that shit works. We see right through you. This shit is not gonna work.
First of all, we know how to cook barbecue. We know how we want it to look, how it tastes, we want the texture, and what we want it to do. We want it to fall off the damn bone. Okay? Okay.
Look at the comments of that video right now. You'll see everyone is just clowning them. And they already know exactly what they're trying to do.
If it's not white people doing what they always do, colonizing, changing the narrative, and trying to rewrite fucking history, ain't no way Destination Smokehouse made that video talking about you don't want the meat to fall off the bone. Oh, now you don't want the meat to fall off the bone. Now that you see Mr. Tenderism then trademarked his own brand and now he is doing his own thing, producing tender meat. Y'all was riding the hype wave of tenderism and tender ribs falling off the bone when it was benefiting y'all. Now that it's no longer benefiting y'all, people realize the secret behind the tender ribs. Now y'all trying to remarket and rebrand yourself. They always try to get ahead of the narrative and rewrite history and shift the story and shift the common narrative to whatever the fuck they want it to be. Because why are y'all now trying to frame what ribs is supposed to be when ribs are supposed to be tender, slow cooked, falling off the bone? Don't nobody want them hard ass ribs that you gotta to bite off, like that fucking dog bone looking ass rib. Yo, they really fucking tried it. And they thought we was buying that? Yeah, try somewhere else.
Destination Smokehouse, more like solidification. I have never seen somebody wring out a rib until yesterday. I'm talking about my man is holding his jaw and doing the full tug of war with. We went from tenderism to frigidism, and all because you couldn't let Keith Lee give your man some money. Bro was chilling out and was letting you abuse him, letting you get one over on him day after day, and you ain't think he was ever finna leave that stoop until he did. And now you out here putting barbecue sauce on ice cubes. Tenderism to tenderism, they said. All because you got greedy, and look at you now. You don't know what to do with yourself. Out here telling us the meat not supposed to fall off the bone. Yeah, it's called pulled pork. You're not supposed to have to get a kung fu grip. Why am I forearm stronger after trying to eat, bro? Unc out here serving the Isleys, serving a bunch of different celebrities, made his own restaurant, get in the bag, and he get to watch you fail because he ain't fall for the okie doke. See, people like to fake the funk when it comes to this legal jargon. I bet you he told Unc, you can't actually get this name. You can't get the rights to tenderism. Unc left, did it in 2 days. Keith Lee going to that restaurant and giving up 5 bands, or trying to, is what gave him the confidence to do what he's doing right now. Unc just ain't know he had support like that. But now that he knows, sky's the limit, baby. I'm happy for Unc, man. Do your thing. And me, I'm just a grown man, by the way. Don't believe me? Watch this. Y'all eating Ice Cube?
Thank you, Unc. Thank you, Keith Lee. And thank you, Destination Smokehouse. Because what you did was you gave an I'm gonna say the opportunity to present his talent to the world, even though you might have had nefarious motives. God makes a way for his people, always will, always has. And because you have a heart of a colonizer, that's why your business is folding. That's why you don't have this the kapush like you had when he was there. And it's all your fault, Nick. I think that's your name, Nick. It's all your fault. So I want to know what y'all think. You know, I never thought I would do a video about this tenderism thing. But when the man talking about the bone, the meat is not supposed to fall off the bone, then I'm not gonna let you hoodwink and bamboozle us and let you think that we that stupid that we don't know how we want our meat. You a fool. Okay, I want to know what y'all think though. If you like what you hear, please like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you in the next video.